Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm doing prom makeup on Olivia. So I'm applying Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream to the skin. Next I'm applying Wonder Glow all over the face, starting in the center and blending out. Once I've done that, I'm applying a highlighter onto the top of the cheekbones. This is just to reflect light when the flash goes off on a camera. Next I'm applying foundation. This is Tom Ford Traceless Liquid mixed with Makeup Forever Face and Body. I'm applying this with a beauty blender and just applying it to the skin in a really light layer because I'm going to do several layers. And Liv's done a fake tan, so her skin is naturally darker than it normally is. Applying eye primer to the eyelids. Then we're going to go in with an eyeshadow. I'm starting in the crease and I'm applying Tom Ford Cognac Sable eyeshadow palette. I'm actually lying to you. I'm applying Cocoa Mirage palette and I'm applying the taupe shade into the crease of the eye. This is going to begin the smoky eye. I'm using the brown to ground everything so that it blends into the upper part of the eye a little bit smoother. Next I'm taking Titanium Smoke by Tom Ford and applying the grey shade into the crease of the eye just slightly below the brown that we used. So I'm going to go just underneath and then kind of blend it into one. And you'll see as I'm doing this look, I'm actually extending it out past her natural crease of the eye because I can clean up afterwards. So I'm now using the same color, but I'm applying more product to the brush and blending. And I'm using all my brushes, obviously. All available on Beautylish and shipped worldwide, just saying. Next, I'm applying black to the outside corner of the eye. And I'm really keeping this to the outside corners. I want this look to be more elongated. So I'm keeping the intensity right at the lash line and to the outer corners. And again, just applying more black until I've built up the kind of depth that I'm looking for here. I'm using my number 4 brush because it's really soft and pointed, so I'm able to get in really nice. Next, I'm applying the glitter shade from the Titanium Smoke palette and applying this to the eyelids. This is just going to give a really pretty finish to the look. With that complete, we shall move on. Next, I'm cleaning up any fallout underneath the eyes, getting rid of it so that we can have a clean application underneath the eyes, particularly with really dark colors like this. We really need to clean it up. With that complete, I'm going to apply another layer of foundation. Again, really, really light layers, nothing heavy, nothing too strong. I'm now going to apply some kohl pencil and I'm applying this to the lash line and then I'm going to blend it out with a very small smudger brush. So you can just see, really just blending it really tight close to the lash line. Again, just checking for fallout so I can complete this look. You can never be too careful because the flash will pick up everything. With that complete, it's time to move on to concealer. I'm applying a concealer that is about 1.5 shades lighter, applying this underneath the eyes, all the way down to the nostril, and right the way up to where the eyeshadow is. So I'm creating a much lighter interior area here. And we're going to blend this seamlessly so that it joins the foundation and looks beautiful. So I'm taking more time here to show you, because concealer is the one thing I think people really want to see the most of. So you can see I'm using my ring finger, just pressing it into the skin, bringing it down. And Olivia's very young, so we can use a lot of concealer here and it's not going to have any impact because she has no lines or creases on the skin. Next, I'm taking Tom Ford Contouring Palette Intensity 1 and one of my gorgeous brushes, and I'm contouring around the outside perimeter of the face and the jawline. Again, this is not to try and slim the face, this is to add dimension when photographing. With that complete, we now need to blend everything together as best we can. So I'm using a beauty blender to blend the concealer, the contour, everything into the skin. I start with the contour and then I'll work my way to the concealer. I'll list all the products in the description bar as well. So first blending the contour, then I'm going to blend the concealer so that the concealer starts to come down. I'm notice I've changed the sponge where I'm doing the contour on the nose, using a mini beauty blender here just to blend that. But a normal one's fine. You don't need to get a small one. It's just that I have them on hand. Now I'm blending the concealer, blending it right the way up to the lash line, all the way down. Then I'm going to switch to a bigger beauty blender to make sure that it matches the foundation so that there's no line of demarcation. And this, I won't lie, this can take a while. You really need to press it into the skin and make sure that everything is seamless. You can see I'm taking a little bit of the foundation out and now blending it all together. If you notice any lines of demarcation on this video where you notice that the picture is sometimes lighter and darker, that's just as I'm getting closer and moving away from the camera. It's just affecting the lens. It's nothing else. So blending and morphing everything into one. Now I'm going to set it with powder underneath the eyes, using quite a lot here, again, because we can, because she's so young, it's not going to cause any issues. This is a pink powder, again, information in the description bar, setting underneath the eyes, the chin, and maybe a little bit on the forehead as well. So the areas that we kind of highlighted. Then I'm going to set the entire face with a small amount of powder and a powder puff. But first, I'm going to knock away all this excess. So I'm using my Airbrush brush, which is a limited edition one, and I'm just knocking off all that excess. Now I'm going to set with a powder puff. And I'm using a loose powder that has a skin tone tint to it. So this makeup has to last, because obviously prom's going to be a while and we're doing the makeup about 3 hours before the prom, so the whole thing has to last. With that complete, we will move on. Applying highlighter to the upper part of the cheeks, just applying this nice and high, and again not too much of it because this is going to show up in flash. So that's really what this makeup is about. So using my fan brush, just applying it nice and high, tiny bit to the cheeks, a little bit to the sort of just above the brow, nothing too severe. Taking a blusher and my number 2 brush, and I'm applying this just where I want the color. I just want a small flush because we've gone for quite a dark eye. This is First Love blusher by Charlotte Tilbury. It's quite beigey with a small amount of sort of peach and pink in it. I'm going to take a bronzer and just really lightly go around the outside perimeters of the face, making sure that I get the neck as well so that everything blends in. And any contour lines that you can still see here slightly on the cheek are going to be eradicated now with the buffing technique. So I'm going to use the buffing technique to blend and buff everything into the skin so that the skin looks amazing when we take photos. Just buffing everything in so that it's flawless. Curling the eyelashes, and then we're going to apply some mascara, and we're really going to go for it to pull out the eyes. Look at the state of my hand. Now I'm joining up the outside corner of the eyeshadow with the lower, so that the whole thing now becomes a pool of color, a smoky kind of circle of color, even though it's elongated. It's just to connect it, to give it that kind of dimension. Now I'm going to apply kohl eyeliner into the inner rim of the eye. Now you could use a white or an off-white here to make your eyes look bigger, but we wanted to stick with this black theme and go really dark on the lash. Now we're going to apply mascara, and this is going to take a while, so I'm going to edit this down. Loads and loads and loads of mascara. Top and bottom, please. With that complete, I'm now going to cut the cheek with a beauty blender and the same powder that I used to set underneath the eyes. I'm just going to let this sit on the skin. This is just going to reinforce the cheek area, particularly in photos. Lining the lips in a nude pencil. Then I'm going to fill them in with a nude lipstick, which is just a beautiful color. Information in the description bar. Finishing it off with a touch of gloss as well. Knocking off all that excess. See how pretty that is? Touch of gloss. And I believe that will complete the look. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. And don't forget to comment and like. Thank you so much. Oh, before we go, eyebrows. I nearly forgot. So, just really, really kindly here going through the eyebrows because Liv's eyebrows are perfect. I don't want to overdo them. I'm brushing them up. I'm putting a little bit of color in them, and that will complete the look. Thank you so much. I look forward to reading your comments, and I will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so click it. You see this? Click my box. Now how good an offer is that? That's it. Click my box. If you are suffering or have, you know when you're applying your foundation and suddenly every single hair on your face stands on end, it makes your face look, like really hairy and there's no need for it, then click this box. That's me. And it will take you to a video where I explain how to lay down foundation so that the hair on your face lays down really, really smoothly. You know that peach kind of fuzzy hair? So it lays down smoothly and you don't end up looking like Chewbacca. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.